Hello, and welcome to Mechwarrior Online. Today I'm doing a review of what I refer to as Robotech. I had the original Robotech model kit that has the hangers, and one of the mechs that was in there was a Warhammer. And I really loved it, and unfortunately I can't get that paint scheme on this because I just don't have the right colors. But the original colors of it I think was kind of like a copper color, copper gold color. It was really shiny, and I painted it that way as well. And anyway, so this is the Warhammer, and this is the 6R H that they gave away a few years back at Christmas, maybe last year. I don't know. I can't remember. But I think it was the year before. Anyway, and this is the build that I have on this, and I think it works exceptionally well. It's got some good flanking abilities, and it has the ability to do a little bit of range. Not a lot of range, but some range. But let me show it to you. So I originally I had an LRM-20 on here, but I went with the Thunderbolt 20 on here, and part of the reason is because the LRM does have better range and does weigh less. However, it doesn't do any damage below the 180 threshold. So I went with 4 medium X-pulse lasers, laser AMS, 2 tons of ammo for the Thunderbolt 20, and then an advanced sensor package, and then of course Beagle Active Probe. And then I also have 4 double heat sinks on board, giving me a heat management of 0.96. Now let me show you what happens when you take off a couple of things here. If you're just firing this all the time, if you remove this, heat management goes to 0.99. Reset. If you were to replace these here with standard medium pulse lasers, you can just see the heat management changing drastically. And if you don't fire these all the time, or you fire them without firing all the time, whoops, you can see that the heat management goes to 144. 1.44 is much better than what it was before. But I really like the medium X pulse lasers because they do fast damage quickly, and more importantly, they can do it over time continuously. So that's one of the reasons I added those. And I went with laser AMS because it's just free armor, and it also helps out other players on the match. So yeah, so I've got a 0.96, and I've got a firepower of 26, and a speed of 64.8, which is essentially 65. As I recall, not a lot of features here that are useful for me. This does have 2 additional ballistic points, and it has also additional energy points out on the arms. But I like to keep everything centralized and then use the arms as cover. So you're getting a chassis C build bonus plus 30. PPC velocity plus 20 I'm not using. Energy heat minus 5%. PPC heat generation minus 5%. And a cooldown of minus 10%. Center torso plus 11, left and right torso plus 7, left and right arms plus 5, and left and right legs plus 7. That's what you're getting out of this. Let me show you what I'm getting for my skills. This is what I went with so that I could maximize features. So I went with 2 cool shots in UAV, radar deprivation and sensor range, advanced zoom. Sometimes I want to fire my weapons without a lock, just the way it is. Seismic sensor, heat containment, cool run, overheat damage protection, just in case. Reinforced casing, I added a few extras. And of course, fully skilled out on the armor hardening and skeletal density. I have plenty of missiles on board, so I'm not too worried about this. And besides, I wanted this to go to heat. So I have missile spread and high explosive for crit chance. Velocity to get those missiles there just a little bit quicker. And then I went with maximum heat and almost maximum range. The range is not too bad on these. If you max them all the way out, I think you get like 725. But I wanted to make sure that I had plenty of heat containment, because those X-pulse lasers produce tons and tons of heat. So anyway, this is the build, and I think it works really well. And if you like this build, you got to give it a try in the battlefield.